Thank you for coming and listening to our NED Talk on the importance of leadership in crisis, how to motivate a team. 43 minutes. It was 43 minutes into the Euro 2020 match between Denmark and Finland when Christian Eriksen collapsed on the field suddenly after receiving a throw-in. Eriksen had suffered cardiac arrest and his heart had stopped beating. Denmark's team doctor claimed he was gone when they ran to his rescue. Viewers and fans around the world went to shock. Denmark and the world stood still, except for one man. Denmark's captain and defender, Simon Kjær. Simon Kjær had quickly secured Eriksen's neck, clearing his airways, and began to administer CPR himself as the medics were running on the field. He then led his team to join together and form a shield around Eriksen while the medics thankfully brought him back to life. Kjær was also seen consoling Eriksen's distraught wife throughout the chaotic situation. Following the event, he rallied his team back together and helped Denmark to the semifinals, which no pundit or expert could have ever expected, especially after missing their best player, Christian Eriksen. This situation displays the power of human emotion and how, if dealt with correctly, crisis can lead to success. While all crises, of course, may not be life or death, the principles of leading during a time of panic and danger can still be applied. Kathleen Mueller details two timeless lessons we can take away from this situation. Show up for the 5% and rally towards a collective goal. Show up for the 5%, like you're showing up for the 95%. We need to learn how to deal when that 5% occurs, because 95% of the time, things are going as planned. But when the 5% crisis occurs, are you ready to act? When there are people in need, it's our ability to recognize that is crucial to us dealing with crisis. Next is rallying towards a collective goal. Rallying towards a collective goal is common among teams. Sports teams want to win a championship, and businesses want some things like projects approved, funding for an idea, or just their brand to grow. Investment and collaboration is necessary to build out of a crisis. This was seen clearly through Kjær's action and helped them achieve more success than could have ever been expected. Now looking at the recent NBA Finals. With the Milwaukee Bucks down 2-0 in the series, Giannis Antetokounmpo stepped up in crisis. He both motivated and guided his team to an NBA championship. His comments to the media showed a player who was intent on being the leader the team so desperately needed. It was no surprise that they quickly turned things around. He gave them the support and hope they were lacking. Down 2-0 to the Suns, with both the season and the championship on the line, Giannis did not sit back and pout about losing 2 straight games or about his chances at a championship slowly slipping away. He noticed the crisis they were enduring and took control of the situation, ultimately leading to his team to 4 straight wins over Phoenix in Milwaukee's first championship in 40 years. Leading through crisis is not only relevant in sports, it is the role and responsibility of any leader in any industry or profession. Sports just provides us with a great platform to show some of the best leaders in the world who are reacting immediately and efficiently when a time of crisis occurs. Giannis and Kjær display true leadership qualities that we can all learn from. When things aren't going as planned and a time of crisis is coming upon a team, as a leader, you need to recognize the signs. Your team will be relying on you even more than usual to get through these trying times. Some important strategies to remember when leading through crisis are, first, staying on top of information. In a time of crisis, your team will be overwhelmed enough. Do what you can to limit any further stresses or complications. Help your team deal with what they are dealing with in the crisis, not by dumping more on the plate, but by supporting them. Another important strategy always to remember is clear communication. As the leader, your team will need a place to turn to with questions, concerns, and insights. Keep your communication channels open. Stay in contact with your team, providing both updates and support. Finally, remaining flexible. A time of crisis can be unprecedented. Use what you are learning from the situation along with the outside perspectives. As a leader, it's not expected that you have the answer to every crisis or situation you come across. You're not going to know how to deal with every problem or have every solution. Gain an understanding of the situation, learn from it, and use what is available to you. We hope you learned something about being a better leader in crisis, and thank you for listening to our NED Talk.